You know what? F it. And of course, as I mentioned beforehand, I did play the Outriders demo, which I suppose we can have a nice little quick discussion about this. Now, you played it and it's wowed you so much to the point where you decided to pre-order again. Hopefully, your curse has been broken.
I hope so too. I played, like I said, I played a bit more of it and did a bit of a grind. Although the devs did step in because there were people kind of mining on it. They were doing the whole legendary drop thing, so the devs actually stepped in to stop that. So
good for them.
People weren't. Yeah, good. Obviously, they fixed that. I hate that. So yeah, but I did play a bit more. Jumped in with a couple of people. I think we streamed it last Thursday, didn't we? Yeah, so we did the Outriders last Thursday on the streams. But what about you?
Me, I'm sorry to say, I didn't enjoy the demo.
Blasphemy!
I know.
Shame! Shame!
Damn, I know. I should have enjoyed it, and I know that. Don't get me wrong. It looks beautiful. It plays quite nicely. But I just don't know what it is with me and sci-fi, man. I couldn't get behind, obviously there was Anthem, and for some reason it just kept reminding me of like just a generic sci-fi shooter. I love the idea of Earth is gone and you have to find somewhere else. I love that. I played the prologue, went through No Man's Land, which I kind of enjoyed. And I suppose my experience was kind of spoiled a little bit more because I had some twat next to me shooting me constantly. Online. He joined. So, yeah. So that kind of
really,
I don't know. I think the first I don't know. I think the No Man Land isn't part of the prologue. I'm not too sure.
No, it's not. Once you get to that
it's not.
point,
So yeah.
Join. That's really weird because I've not had anyone jump in on. Oh, well, you can have up to 3 people in it.
Yeah, so
it came down to someone jumping in.
No. It wasn't that. It wasn't that. I was already like forcing myself to play it in the first hand. You know me. I'm not much of a sci-fi person. I'm not much of a fantasy person. I'm a very weird gamer. I have a particular taste. Sci-fi and fantasy. I do. Sci-fi and like fantasy, so it's like Fable. It just comes across as generic, bland, and boring. And I just felt that throughout, you know? And I know. I really shouldn't, and I probably should have given it a lot more time, but I just
fair enough. It's fair enough, though, isn't it?
I looked at all like the perks you can be. I chose the fiery one where I can emit flames and everything. And I was like, this is cool, but it's not cool in my sense. I can see why a load of people love it. And don't get me wrong, I predict it's going to be highly successful. But maybe that's just because for me, the characters were just boring. The whole scenery was just, it's been done. I don't know. What is it about these genres that gets people excited? What is it?
I don't know. I mean, it's the same. It's the same as in like, so for, the flip side is I'm really into sci-fi, really into the thing. I'd admit, yes, do you know what? Some of the scenery there, probably slightly generic, but to be honest with you, I quite like the fact of when you come out for your first mission after the No Man's Land bit where you interact with them and you go up and over the top. And there's the tank there, and it's kind of like war based, but then you're going in to the next areas and whatever you. I quite liked it, and then I mean this is only a small demo, and obviously there was one mission which I don't know if you've managed to do because you didn't spend much time in it, where you end up going up and over a wall to help someone later on after you've done the main bit of it, the main part of the demo, which I think should have actually been more included in it. And when you get there and you step over, there's a massive animal walking, and there's this cutscene of "Don't move." Even
I didn't get that far.
You see what I mean. So I think
initial,
but I think that's the same, isn't it? Like for instance, like you absolutely adore Sims and simulation games
because I'm boring.
No, it doesn't mean you're boring. It's just that obviously, like for instance, you didn't like the fishing one. I like the fishing one. There's something about that gets me. But then, like the train one, I can't stand the train simulator, and you absolutely love it. And I'm like, this is boring. I'm pretending to be in a big metal tube and move it forward and backward to a specific point. open doors, let non-existent people get on, close the doors, and then move it back or forwards to a specific point on a track. It's not going off. It's not open world. So I find that boring. But that's the whole thing, isn't it? It's just everyone's different.
I know,
genre. And it's fair point. You didn't enjoy it. I thought you might have liked it more because, as opposed to real like sci-fi, like, and when you get them, so for instance, like Destiny, it's that. Where you're going around really weird places and shooting first person or whatever. This one had slightly more of a military. You had guns, didn't you?
Yeah.
And it was more shooting than sci-fi. Your special effect was whatever. And I quite liked the aggressiveness of it. I think its USP is, rather than being, even though it does kind of come across maybe as a bit of a generic, your gameplay has to change. You have to be aggressive in this game. You can't not be aggressive. You see that is if you hide behind a wall for too long, they come running towards you and they're coming around the corner and they're shooting you where you're hiding.
Yeah.
You know, you've got to, and most games will let you play the way you want to play in a certain aspect. This one does, but you get to a point where you can't just hide behind a concrete block and shoot over the top and that's hopefully empty it. Because eventually they're going to come towards you. And I like that they advertise the fact that in order to be, you're supposed to be aggressive in it. So you need to push forward. And if you don't push forward, you don't regain your health. You don't clear the area. You know, it's going to be an onslaught. And I quite like that as a change. I thought that was quite a good idea for me personally.
Yeah, no, don't get me wrong. That whole idea of, the whole pitch that you just pitched right then, the concept that you just pitched right then, it does sound fantastic. But for someone like me who, pushing on and just going balls to the wall where I have to try and annihilate everyone as quickly as I can, for me, I'm just, again, that's where the whole bland and it's been done before concept comes in. And I do like the whole taking a step back, let's just have a look, watch the AI, try and pick him off silently and everything else like that. And I just had something in my mind just a second ago of the perfect example of what I enjoy, and it's just gone. Yeah, Hitman, you know, taking your time, watching what everyone does, pick them off and see if
Metal Gear Solid was kind of the same as well, wasn't it? You had to hide and take the certain routes and what have you, which I kind of enjoyed, but I've kind of turned around to the, you know, like even in Anthem, everyone has the javelin and or you've got the sharpshooter one that doesn't have much ammo. I went for the biggest, heaviest Colossus because I just like to go smash and run straight through it. That's probably why I like the game more. Yeah, but it's a fair point. You didn't enjoy it. It's unfortunate you didn't like it as much as I thought you might have.
That was it. No, that was it. With games, right? Obviously, I do like a good story. We all do. We all like a good story. It keeps us engaged. But for me, obviously, as I said, the characters are bland and boring. For me, what really is a sweet spot for a character is a character. Because for me, a lot of sci-fi games as well, for my personal experience, it always seems as if you're just pushed as like the ultimate badass. I like the vulnerable, the very weak character and naturally and organically growing into some sort of like badass type thing, because then it's like a journey. BioShock did that perfectly. Jesus Christ, you started off with a wrench and nothing else, and then eventually you progress and you get better and better with all your perks and everything. I love that. And I think that's another problem, is that you just automatically feel like some sort of ultimate powerhouse type thing. So that's another I know it's fine and everything, but I don't know, maybe if it comes to Game Pass, I'll probably give it a go. I don't think it is, but if it does, or if it's really, really cheap and I really want to, add to my backlog, then I'll probably give it another look. But it's just, I need another reason. I just need something else. I need something else. But I'm glad that you're enjoying it, and I'm glad that a load of people I see on Twitter are highly enjoying Outriders, and I think it's going to be very successful. But
thanks for watching the highlights of the LOD Perspective Podcast. If you want to watch the whole thing, including all of the buffoonery from me and Thom, and all the waffle, head over to YouTube at BG4G Hub and watch the rest of it. You can even subscribe. That'd be nice. Like and comment. Thank you.